Today on the farm, I'm still out here digging peanuts, but I got a lot of footage from the Sunbelt Ag Expo for y'all to watch. Y'all have already seen the tractors that me and Harris saw while we was over there, but today's video is all about the implements and sprayers and different things that we saw. It was a lot to take in. I had to break it up into multiple videos. I hope y'all enjoy it. This is the KMC booth. As y'all may well know, KMC makes the premier peanut inverter on the market. They also make the best field cultivator known to man. This will pull cotton stalks and do a little bit of cultivation at the same time. Pretty interesting. So here you have just a cotton stalk puller, but this one's incorporating a shredder into the system. So this one, you got like a flail mower. It's gonna chew up all the stalks, and then back here you're gonna pull up what's left of the stalk, just a little stub. You're gonna pull it up and cultivate it in. This one here, you would run behind the mower. You'd already be done mowed stalks, and you come through and you're snatching up the little stubs and chopping them in. This KMC strip till has the auto resetting shanks, so you're not down here with a shear bolt. You see me on some of the other videos changing shear bolts when the foot would break and swing back. This one has these big heavy springs, so if you hit a stump or rock, the foot will trip back and come right back forward, thanks to these big springs.
Patrick, down in the South, you know this to be true. When you're in 6th grade, you're running a subsolar. I mean, 6th grade on a tractor by yourself for hours at a time, you're running a subsolar, and then your daddy says, if you trip one, here's you some bolts, there's some shear bolts, and here's a wrench. Get out there, lift it up, get up under it, put it in there, you know. And I bumped my head so many times getting out from under this thing, that would have bing a lifesaver.
That'll save you right there. I like that. So you got the press wheels right on top of the row here. So you got these kind of concentrating, throwing a little bit of a bed here. I like this. I like this setup a lot. Tell me about this right here. So we got the new ripper roller. Everybody's gone to ripping and rolling in our area. Used to everybody subsoil, and I subsoil, and I have a big old pipe. You may have seen me dragging a pipe hooked to a chain behind my big V ripper. This system here though, the auto resetting shanks, got the tall coulters, but this is the bee's knees here. This is the cool, man, that's the best. My brother-in-law has one that's a bigger drum with no spikes. Right. But tell me why we went from the bigger drum with no spikes to the spike drum with the little fingers back here.
Yeah.
I know why, but explain to the layperson.
Okay, it's well, the fingers back here are to keep this cleaned off, because it, in some conditions it does try to build up, you know, like clay and stuff, and that keeps it. It's a scraper, just scrapes it off. And the reason why it looks like fingers, so that the knives can actually fit through there.
These little knives are spinning and they're going through those gaps. With our ripper roller, it's a big old press wheel, and we have made a plate on the back which just skims it, but you get that packed red.
That's right.
All the way around, and you back there with a paint scraper scraping red off. But this eliminates that.
That's right. It does. Yes, sir.
That's too cool. I like that.
Yeah. And the paddles that's on here, it actually helps it turn better, keeps it flowing.
Okay, yeah. So I've had a little bit of issue when you go into sand,
right,
or you get a little bit of wet. That drum just pushes like a bulldozer.
That's right.
And then you got a 18-foot wide or whatever your strip is, down lower than the strip on either side of it. But with this, you're actually going to get ground traction with the spikes. So it's going to keep it turning and not do any bulldozing.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whoever come up with that was thinking that day.
That's right. They sure did a good job. It wasn't me. I'd like to say it was mine. But see, this one set up, it's going to make a wide bed. Okay. Instead of individual bed, it's making
36 inches.
it's making a 72-inch bed.
And that's for cabbage.
It's cabbage, greens, produce, and stuff.
Okay.
And we got extra shank in each middle, so we got 9 shanks instead of 6 shanks. Okay. Because we put 3 rows of cabbage here, and 3 rows of cabbage here, and 3 rows of cabbage on that bed. Okay. And that, you know, that gives them an extra row on each.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's to make it a uniform 72-inch bed back here. It's solid all the way across. We had to go with an extra long bed fit back here, which still fits. All this is still standard on the door.
Yeah.
It's closer, but it's good. I mean, it don't have no problem.
Pretty cool. I've not seen one of these wide bedders. I've seen the bedders that lay the the plastic down on the wide bed, but I've not seen a non-plastic just for the open ground, because a lot of people aren't wanting to go to the plastic, and so this actually throw that huge bed and do three of the beds at one pass instead of a single pass. I like that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I've not seen one of these before. That looks like that would be a lot of weight on the lift. This is a lift type cultivator by Lempken. Looks like it'd do a pretty good job, but man, I'm just, what do you think on the weight?
It looks heavy.
Good gracious, you'd need a full, at least a full rack of weights on the front.
Well, like we talked about yesterday with that 8400 being one of the best tractors ever made. I
don't think 8400 picked that up.
You won't do it?
It'd need a bunch of weights, because these the baskets on the back are so much heavier than like a KMC field cultivator. These baskets are heavy, and they're so far behind the hitch that you'd be light on the front unless you had some weights way out there. You'd probably need a set of deals on the front with water to keep your front end down. But it looks like it would do a heck of a job.
So what we're looking at right here, this little display, we've got a lot of different brands represented here. Like I just saw a Dirt Dog mower, and we're actually Dirt Dog dealers, and so we have some of those products over at Blakely Feed and Seed. But it's just one thing, and then we got, you know, this brand, and we got a Coyote and different kinds of all in one section. And so you'll see a lot of that, but then we'll go to a place where it's going to be the John Deere tent, and it'll be just John Deere stuff. And then so if you've never been, you're walking around and you'll see places like this. It has a lot of different things, and then you'll get to a tent where it has, you know, the same brand.
Check this out. You ever seen disc mounted like this? I like this. Instead of having a single axle, which a lot of discs do, this one, each disc has its own bearing. Each one's hung independently, but they're on a spring arm.
Like a chisel plow almost.
Yeah.
Almost like an upside down chisel plow or something like that.
I like that. The Lempken Reuben we run has a few large discs, and they're individual bearings on them as well.
And this is called Lempken?
Lempken's the brand, yeah. So this is a Lempken Reuben 10. You've seen me pull one of these a good bit. If you're familiar with some of the older videos on the channel, we pull a Lempken Reuben a lot. This is what I've wanted to see in person though, the Lempken turning plow. There's a lot of videos online of these, but I hadn't seen one in person. They supposedly can pull them a good bit faster than a John Deere plow, and there are some really good attachments, drag attachments made for these with press wheels that do a fantastic job. But this is the first Lempken turning plow I have seen in person.
All the way back. Keep on rolling, man.
Heck of a spray. I've seen in our area the Deere sprayers this size are very prevalent, but I've not seen a Fendt sprayer ever. Like I said, in our area, Deere owns the spray market.
Notice how far back I am still on the platform.
Yeah.
It's like coming to the peanut butter.
Come all the way back here to, yeah. So on the Deere, the booms mount on the Deere are right here, and so there's times when we've had to work on the booms and your platform would stop. On the Deere, the platform stops about right here, and then you get out and climb on the tank and wiggle across the top of the tank to work on something on the booms back here. But this one platforms the whole way back. Now I say that may not be the case on the newest Deeres or latest models, but on the Deere that we have, you get the platform goes to the cab, and you get on top of the tank and you climb back here. But this is all kind of room to work back here in case you got to swap something up or change something on the booms. Very impressive. Very impressive. Oh man. Oh. I tell you, for me, where Fendt really shines is the cabs. The cabs on the Fendts are just unreal. Twin row monocoel planters. I like that. Got the hopper extension on top. Get more seed in there per trip. Pretty cool, pretty cool. done. 400 horsepower mulcher. That'll get the job done. Thought y'all might want to see this rake here. This ain't for playing around. This is a man's rake. This is a real serious rake right here, boys. Good gracious. That'll clean the woods up.
I knew Patrick would want to see this. I had to holler to him and say, Patrick, check it out.
That's some pretty serious tillage, dude.
Good grief. Look at him standing next to that tire.
Holy crap. So we got the disc or single hung, just like the Lempken stuff, with individual bearings.
Oh man, look at
I like that bigger basket. I hope y'all found that video of equipment at the Sunbelt Ag Expo entertaining and informative. If you're not familiar with my channel, I am a South Georgia farmer. I farm a variety of vegetables and row crops, as well as raise beef for slaughter and sale to direct end consumer, to people like you. I also take a lot of time when I'm doing these projects to show people how the different implements and tractors and processes work. I take a great detailed video of each and every little machine and task and try to explain to the layperson what it is farmers are doing and why we do things that way. Try to be as informative as possible. I thank all y'all for watching. If you're not familiar with the channel, maybe you should consider subscribing if you like the content. Thank you. Hope to see you next time.